What healthier pattern do you think it is? To walk away always when there's a conflict? Or, okay, it's a good strategy if it's required, but more times than not, 95% of the time, 98% of the time, we're going to actually talk about our problems. And while we talk about our problems, I get to tell you what I really think and what I feel. And you may not like it. I'm not here to disrespect you, and I'm not going to disrespect you. But you may not agree, right? So then you get to do it. And we get to try to understand each other, not try to win. A lot of times why this can't be successful is because one or both people are afraid to be vulnerable. To be vulnerable to really share how they feel and think, and also to be vulnerable to listen. It's not about being right. It's about trying to understand. It's about trying to feel. So if you notice, walking away, or you do it, I'm going to tell you that is the start of, I'd like to say most likely, may not occur, but I'm going to say most likely, that's just a start, or that's just the tip of the iceberg of something it's going to be a problem as this stuff continues, because we could say that's a problem. And if that's a problem, there's more than likely other problems that are occurring, whether you realize it or not. Right? Not to say everything needs to be perfect, but we can't just look at one thing and say, oh, it's like kind of looking at a drug addict and saying, well, the drug addict takes drugs and that's their only problem. No, that's not their only problem. They suffer with paying attention. They suffer with, not giving other people their time. They suffer with maybe taking shortcuts with most things in life. They suffer with having compassion. They suffer with, just being a good listener. They suffer with thinking of what their values are. And they've never really considered what values are. They never really experienced them to any degrees. You see, it's not just the addiction, right? There's tons of other things going on. And this is kind of like the idea too. If there's this one small little thing going on, okay, that's all there is? No, it's not. There's other things going on too. You just have to start to realize, life's not easy, and we all have our unhealthy ways of what we do and how we do things, and it's time to wake up to the reality of ourselves and others, so we could have a healthier and therefore happier life. Right? A happier life. Happier life ultimately means I get to share in what I think and feel, and so do you. And I'm not saying you need to do this and be Mr. or Miss Sensitive to every little thing in the world. That needs to be understood as well. Where are we going with this? So within a context that works with each other, and of course we don't want to work within a context that's just completely enabling all toxic communication or toxic ways, and you think, oh, well, we're doing it together. No, you could still be doing it in a very toxic way. So it's a matter of learning how do we communicate healthy, learning how to problem solve together, learning how to work together, and figuring that out. So the bottom line is, if you're noticing anything that seems to be that's not good in the relationship, somebody's just yelling, someone's just being so bossy, someone's doing this, someone's doing that. That stuff needs to be addressed. But in my example here, it's just if you're not communicating, I'm gonna say that's not good. And what's crazy about all this is people live in these relationships that aren't really that healthy, because you should feel happy, you should feel connected, you should feel warmth, you should have a good attitude, you should be in a way serving your partner to a degree. I'm saying in a healthy way, right? I want there to be harmoniousness. So it's figuring all that out. But if you can't communicate, this is too hard, then you really have something you need to work on yourself. And notice if that's occurring. Because that should not be something that is a part of a relationship. Unhealthy communication, not communicating, is also unhealthy communication.